What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sikora Success. Today we have Dustin Corkery, who shares a birthday with me, and also, well, I think you're 2 years younger than me, and is also my cousin. So a lot of people don't know that about us, but he's been in the game for a little bit. Recently came over to our team. Super excited to have him. He brings a lot of energy and a lot of value to the clients that come into his family. So Dustin, what brought you into it, man? How'd you get into real estate?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me, Brett. So yeah, I mean, I was actually a teacher before I got into real estate. So I went to school at James Madison University down in Virginia, and I really thought that health and phys ed was going to be my lifelong kind of goal. But as we all kind of know, the cliche, it's hard to kind of obtain individual goals with that salary that the teacher career kind of offers. So between you and my sister and the success that you guys had in real estate, it was kind of always in the back of my mind. And then once you kind of start to sit down and think about it, there's a lot of similarities between teaching and real estate. So once I was able to kind of see that I already had a background in a lot of the skills that were going to be used, it kind of became a no-brainer.
And you taught for a while too, right? You did it. It wasn't like you didn't do it for like 1 year and give it up, right?
Yeah, no, I did it for a pretty long time. Almost 6 years I was in schools working. So my first year, and I covered all ages too. So like I really made sure, I was ready to leave and wanted to try everything out first. But yeah, I did everything from middle school. And I worked in the behavior disabilities classroom, which was awesome and exciting. And you learn a lot in that environment. And then I actually worked in two different city-like environments. I did Jersey City and I did Newark, both at the middle and high school level. And then I ended in Little Falls, New Jersey, teaching elementary, second and third grade. And I do have to say that was awesome. Those kids love to, use that energy that they have so much of, and they're just sitting in their seats all day long. But at the end of the day, I really did want to kind of accomplish my goals. And I knew that I could still help people out and help people and teach people the process of learning how to buy a house. So
Awesome.
I ended up here. Yep.
Awesome. And I feel like, I know you're on the younger side of things. So what age-wise, when did you actually get the real estate license? And you've been doing it for what, about 4 years now?
2018 was the first, or was when I actually officially became licensed. I passed my test that summer, and I did that very short class. It was 2 weeks long every day for, I think, 3 or 4 hours a day over here in Weichert and Morris Plains. And, I grinded it out, and yeah, I was licensed. First place I thought of signing with was Coldwell Banker, but that was kind of a little bit of a rough patch in that transitional process. So I ended up actually giving a shout to you, and you were with KW at the time, and you had kind of connected me with some people in the Morristown office. And then things kind of just moved forward from there.
So in those 4 years or so that you've been doing this, and now you're at your third brokerage, was it a piece of cake the whole time? Or did anything ever happen to go wrong in this world?
Oh my God. Every day is something new. And I think, again, going back to my teaching background, I think that's kind of where the biggest kind of connection is every day you go into a classroom, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what kind of moods kids are going to be in. You don't know what they're dealing with at home. And that's kind of the same thing in real estate, but just a little bit different in the sense you never know what you're going to see. I've walked into, houses, where you see things that you never expect to see. You hear things from clients that you never expect or want to hear, and you kind of just have to roll with the punches. I mean, it's definitely an industry where you have to be a quick thinker. You have to be a problem solver. And I think that's kind of why our whole team is great, is because we're always on our toes and we're always working together to figure out solutions for our clients.
Yeah. And I feel like there really are, like, there's a lot of, I don't know, it's most of the time it's the person's biggest investment in their whole life. Like, they're not buying a car. They're not buying something off. I have people who are, they'll reach out to me and they're like, hey, our Facebook ads are fantastic. These click funnels and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but you guys are selling stuff like Amazon products. Like, it's completely different. We have to get somebody to commit to purchasing, the biggest investment of their life, usually at that point, or selling the biggest, and then also giving them like the confidence behind us being, the right decision. And that is nice. It's nice having, like, our Slack channel is always firing off. We have a lot of people that, with 45 agents or 42 agents, however many we have right now, there's somebody on the team that's had the scenario. Like, it's very rare that chat gets stumped with what's going on and what somebody asks,
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still some things that come up that people are like, wait, what just happened?
I know. I'm trying to think of one where I was just kind of like, something happened recently.
I mean, I recently just lost a client due to the wind. So that's always a new one.
The wind?
There's nothing you can really do about that, right? You just can't control it. It is what it is. You just got to keep moving.
That you got to get them a windbreaker.
Yeah, windbreaker. That's it.
Windbreaker around the Tyvek wrap the house. No, it's the stuff that we see is fantastic at some points, but you keep hammering through. And again, it just has to do with keeping that full pipeline and having the new clients and the new customers looking to make the move with us. So, where are you at today? I mean, what are your plans? What are you looking to do going forward? I know that you've got some big dreams.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we all do. It's probably why we're all in this industry, because we have that flexibility, but I don't know. I mean, right now it's also, transition, just switched over to EXP with you guys. I think it's going to be month 4 here at the end of this month. So really utilizing the resources that you guys have allowed us to use, probably building out my own pod or my own little mini team here shortly and, kind of grow out that way. Using my teaching skills, not only towards clients, but to other agents as well. I've had younger agents already reaching out to me, and I just naturally kind of, help them out. So probably build out a pod, probably try to pick up another investment property here this year would be awesome. But honestly, anything I can do to help people is really where I'm looking to be at. So whether it's buying, selling, investing, any of those things are awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
And just to kind of touch on that a little bit more, where's your coverage? I know you're in Morris County. You live in Morristown, right?
Yep. Yeah. So
Morris County
and Morristown have been my kind of headquarters. Everything kind of revolves around outside of that, but I've done everything from Warren County. I have driven all the way out to Phillipsburg for an investor client. Again, if that's where somebody needs to be and that's where they're hyper focused, we can absolutely help them out there. But I've also gone down to recently Burlington County to help out a friend of mine who's looking down there. So honestly, I like to stay as close to Morris County as I can. But again, I'm willing to help people, and depending on their situation, if we can help them and I can help them, I'll do it.
Definitely. You like to stay where like the traffic doesn't get too crazy. You kind of stay out on like that outer bubble where the clients are great, the price points are great, but you don't have to get into that Route 280 sort of thing,
280 stuff. I mean, 80 stuff at all, and anytime during rush hour, but you just gotta work around it. But honestly, it's just easy, just because I've been here for 28 years. So,
yep. No, I hear you. So, what would you say, an actual takeaway that you could give the agents, whether they're experienced, brand new, what's something that has always worked really well for you?
So I wasn't the most organized person coming into this industry. I think organization skills are extremely important. Things that, I never really thought about and are extremely important are things like following up with your clients. And, when I first got into the industry, and I still have them all over the place, I used to just use Post-it notes. And I literally, my desk would be covered with them, and it was a mess. And, so getting a system that works to keep you organized, I think is probably really important. But the biggest thing is being coachable. I'm always asking people, even agents that have gotten into the industry after me, like we've all experienced something that somebody else hasn't. So just asking questions and learning as much as you can. And it could be even as silly as asking an agent, like, oh, have you worked with so-and-so? Like, how do they respond? Because a big thing in our industry is communication, and it's important to know how to communicate with somebody. So if you can get a little bit of insight beforehand, that's a big leg up in this industry, definitely in this market.
Totally. Yeah. And I did I had color coded Post-its, so I was a little more organized than you. And I would stick them to the wall and we'd just move them along like from phase to phase. And I also used to do 3x5 index cards. So these all, like when I started Boomtown, Follow Up Boss, none of this stuff existed. It wasn't even like even Zillow was barely, a thing. You couldn't really buy Zillow. You couldn't spend money on Facebook. Facebook wasn't accepting advertising dollars at the time. So, it was just an interesting world at that time. But, dude, I appreciate you coming on. If anybody, we're actually, just so everybody's clear, we're launching like an official EXP licensed branch office at 142 South Street, just like 2 blocks off of the Morristown Green. Super awesome building, great look, full brand new renovation, building out with awesome furniture and everything like that. So give Dustin a shout if you have interest in joining his pod, joining EXP, finding out what we're doing throughout Morris County on that side of things, or if you're a client too, based on those demographics or that geography that he had mentioned. Definitely give him a shout there as well. What's a good way to contact you?
Text, cell, you can call me, email. So all those things, they're on my Facebook account. You can probably just Google my name and find any of it too. But anyway, honestly, I have it all connected to my phone, and my phone is on me at all times. So I'm easy to contact, and I usually get back to people within 24 hours.
So if you need Dustin, Google him.
Google me.